do it right. Oh, there you go. Yay! I love it. All right.
$1. Water, $1. Yours, Ray-Bans, all $10, all knockoffs. $10.
Cowboy, say it, son.
Okay, and then you say audio is rolling, and then you're like, roll video. Okay, now, and then did it? I don't know that it's rolling.
What do you mean?
Oh wait.
It's red.
Oh. Okay, it looks good. Okay, now wait.
It's recording. It says it.
Okay, good. Now what you have to do is you have to do this. This is where it goes really professional. Then you got to go.
Really?
I don't know, because then you see like what'll happen
Can
is.
we just start? Can we just push start?
Yeah, all right.
How do you minimize that so we don't use up graphic cycles
Oh
or
yeah.
whatever?
Oh, good idea. Graphic cycles.
24-year-old computer.
All right, man. Should we push the crap?
Push the button.
Push the crap out of this. Hey! All
Hey,
right, I know it.
get him in the middle here.
My man, it's the one, the only Chris Boggs.
Chris Boggs.
Yeah, man. Here, I want you right
Hey, how you doing, Chris?
Man? Nice to see you.
Come
Will
on,
you
sit in the
come
middle.
and Have a moment with us? Sure. Have a seat right in the middle.
with no cheese.
I will eat all the cheese.
Do you like blue cheese?
You don't?
No, I'm not a big blue cheese fan.
I do like a stinky cheese, but not right now.
Okay,
All right.
that's fair.
So, yeah, so
You guys going live on your?
we're live, baby. We're streaming live. We're doing, and we're recording, and we'll probably split these up and stuff, you know, for later on, like a little present, a little take-home gift, you know, to our friends here.
Great
So
idea,
tools.
man. I
We
love
got
it.
tools. We got shirts. See?
Yeah, I saw. That's why I knew you guys were over there.
Oh.
I could see the back of
Yeah,
the-
right on. So, you, my friend, are officially the CMO, I believe. Is that right?
CO and CMO.
COO now, too? You're just like
Yes,
running everything?
I added another role.
Oh, wow, I
Nice.
did not know that. Of Internet Marketing Ninjas. You guys are taking over the world.
Well, just a little part of it.
A little
and,
part.
You know, we're just out to help people, as we all are, right? And
Yeah,
it's
right,
great.
right. Here, I'm gonna do this for you. Like, I'm gonna be your personal
Do you want me to
top
do
op.
that? Or I'm happy to.
No, I like doing it. It gives me a purpose in life.
Keeps his hands off of you.
Yeah.
You should
Makes you
welcome
feel
that.
all press-y.
Oh, I
right.
know. Yeah. So,
We'll be back at 10.
I know. So, you're still big promoters or sponsors here at Pubcon?
Yeah, we got
can't
a
show
lot of
them.
involvement with Pubcon, and
Yeah.
it's a great relationship. You know, Brett Tapke, awesome person to work together with, and a lot of great opportunity here with you know, some marketers that obviously know their stuff. You know, Pubcon's one, and just a disclaimer, I'm on the advisory board of SES, so but you know, there's different conferences have different sort of tactics and I guess you could say feels and jives. And Pubcon's always been one of those that's, you know, really nitty gritty and down in the dirt, and it's
Yeah.
always exciting because you got to be on your toes here at Pubcon. You know,
Yeah.
you can't just fake the funk
Right,
and
right.
pretend you know something and you haven't really done it, but you've only been reading about it in
Yeah.
forums.
They will call you on that around.
And that's why you need tools, right?
Yeah, you do, man. You do. Like, I just was like, I was getting sleepy, and I was like, I had Mark Goyer over here from Acquisio,
Yeah,
and I
Mark's
was
a great
like,
guy.
yeah, he's a good guy, right? And I was talking about I'm like, oh yeah, so you guys do what, AdWords and Ad Center? And he's like, Bing ads, dude. I'm like, oh.
I'm going to Bing Ads next.
Really?
And at the end of this month, I'm very excited to learn more about their.
What, you like a conference or something?
It's a little invite thing that I was fortunate, since I'm chairman of SEMPO.
Oh.
I'm fairly involved with, you know, some of our PR type of stuff together with the search engines, and so Bing offered me the opportunity to come and join them there.
Where
and,
is that at?
It's going to be near Seattle there.
Oh, in
and,
Seattle. Oh, right. They're still all over there in Seattle,
right,
living
yeah.
the Microsoft life.
Yep, making
Um,
tools.
Yeah.
Dwayne Forster's over there,
All
spreading
right.
the gospel, and
Sweet.
Dwayne's a former member of the SEMPO board of directors
Yeah.
as well. So I think he's done a lot of great things with Bing personally, and
Yeah.
having him in the role, I don't know. I guess you probably have heard and read some of Dwayne's stuff.
Yeah,
you
for
know,
sure.
since his role at Bing.
Definitely.
It's a great thing.
You know, I do really feel like they are really trying. Like,
I agree.
I think they're really
This is the
making
one
efforts.
that, I mean, we've all laughed at Microsoft.
Oh,
Live.
yeah.
How long did we that? How easy was it to like get anything ranked at Microsoft?
I know,
I know,
right?
I know.
Those were the days.
Yeah, it's not
That's
it's
true.
not that anymore.
Those,
Yeah,
Yeah,
I know.
yeah.
We know what you mean.
So, so Internet Marketing Ninjas, you guys got services, tools, and communities.
That's right.
So I've read.
Yes.
Does that say it all? Like, or could you expound on that? Like, what kind of services? And
Well,
tools?
our services are what you'd expect from a digital marketing agency. Our core focus is in SEO. Now, people know Jim and We Build Pages historically as being one of the best link building companies in the world. And, a lot of people don't understand that over the last few years, the Ninjas have grown into a broader digital marketing agency. And, under the leadership of Bonnie Stefanik, who's one of our VPs on the data and analytics side, we've really got a much more encompassing SEO product. So part of my role since coming on is to help form better processes around and help educate. And we are also growing in the paid search area. And obviously with Kim Krausberg, Create a Site Forums, and Create DC, who's become part of the IMN brand in the last year. We've focused in more on usability and positive user experience with conversion, conversion goals as well.
Yeah.
So that's the services side. Really, it's primarily around a broader, full product SEO, consulting, quality assurance now. And most recently, where our real sweet spot has been is in the algorithm updates. In Panda analyses and Penguin analyses and disavow reports and so forth. And this is something that our CEO, Jim Boykin, literally is personally involved with. So it's a great thing, and it's exciting to see, sort of the typical old school SEO. It's kind of a cat and mouse game and reactive game in terms of algorithm updates happen, and then you have to figure out a way to make sure that you're still providing a positive user experience,
Yes.
and through white hat SEO methodology, sometimes get your site back, because what used to be good 5
Might
years
not be
ago,
good
even by
anymore,
Google's
yeah.
gospel, and we've talked about this,
Sure,
I think
for
maybe even
sure.
on one of the shows that I was on with you
Yeah,
guys.
right.
But so that's the one part. The tools, that's a huge part right now. We're really we've released a bunch of free tools recently on Webmaster World, and SEO Chat, and Create a Site. These are all three communities that we own underneath our Dev Shed or Developer Shed umbrella. I don't know if you guys are familiar with the Developer Shed forums, but that's another one.
Oh
that we own.
yeah. I'm sorry.
Yeah. So anyway, these communities, we've released a bunch of free tools to them that have been built recently.
Awesome.
So there's a lot of little one-off tools that are very helpful in a variety of ways for marketers, and you can find them at the Webmaster World site, and then there's also available for the Create a Site members. It's our goal to try to give back to the community. So
That's awesome.
eventually, we would like to have a more robust subscription tool that will include some of the tools that we use internally to provide analysis and recommendations for Penguin disavows, for example, or other SEO stuff, where we've kept it kind of in-house, and we want to make it available via subscription. So that's something we'll be working on. And then the communities, I just kind of went
all those
over.
awesome.
Right.
It's a big thing, and Jim's very passionate about the communities. You'll notice if you go to any one of those communities, we don't do advertising. Now that, for me as an operating and marketing officer, I'd like to
Oh, hold
change
on there.
Jim's mind
Got the
about
right,
that.
Right. But he's like, no way.
But really,
It's about the
this is
community.
Jim's way to really stay true to the community and what we're doing out there.
That's awesome.
What about you guys?
really-
I know you've focused in on it.
Well, I was just going to say, I think it's actually really cool that he's so into communities, because that's where so many of us came from. Like this is like, and the ones that are still around today are a lot of the ones like Webmaster World, that were around like many moons ago. And
They were key to all of our learning.
Yeah.
I owe like my job right now
Yes.
as a C-level executive
Yes.
to the fact that I spent a lot of time in search engine watch forums back in.
Me
Right.
too,
I
bro.
really, honestly, I've got 1,700 posts there. I've got a run of the top 10 rotation still, and
Wow.
it was because I was respectful.
Yes.
I learned. I didn't pretend to know stuff that I didn't, and
Right.
I admitted when I made mistakes.
Right. And you get
And then I
back.
got an invite,
Yeah.
to come and speak at a conference.
Yeah.
And next
And that
thing
was
you
it.
know,
And,
it's like,
and then you're there.
and I feel bad a little bit. And this is something that I think is worth talking about. It's sad because there's been an influx of people into our industry in general, and a lot of people that are trying to take shortcuts, the people that come in and say
lazy.
they're experts, or one week they're beginners, and then the next week they're like cutting and pasting something from another forum.
Yeah, tell me about it.
And
Yeah.
that became really frustrating. And even probably 5 years ago, when I kind of backed away, I didn't have time anymore, first of all, because at that point I started getting into what are now publicist-owned agencies, and doing a lot more work, as per se, during the day. But having to back away from moderating really at Search Info Watch was because it was becoming a chore, right? And it's really sad, I think, that there's sort of been an invasion of a lot of very well-established communities by people that either don't know what they're talking about and pretend that they do, or I don't mind. Come in if you're brand new. Say it.
Yeah.
I'm new. I'm a newbie.
But they won't, because they're trying to run a business.
And they're trying to even use the forum as like an example of where they're.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, you know what drives me personally insane is how every single web design agency has SEO as one of their services. If you're a web designer, you can just pick a random one, and I guarantee you they will have a bullet point that says they do SEO. And really, I mean, I know I know for a fact that people that don't know a lot about SEO, they're like, well, look, I'm going to get this website designed, and these guys do SEO, so I don't need you. But then you run into problems when they start, these people. I've been working with people that like is a value add. The design company has been have one.
Touch it.
No, you're welcome. It's yours. Like they're buying links. They're buying spam links in discussion forums and on blog comments and everything. I know.
Vegas, baby. Vegas.
I love it. That's
going to be a
picture.
self-freeze right there.
Yeah.
Nice, that's it.
And they're hurting these people. That's what really bothers me, is they're hurting these clients. That this is such an overwhelming industry. They don't know how to determine who's legit, who's not legit.
Yeah. And I mean that's and putting my SEMPO hat on.
Yeah.
It's tough because as the industry association, really there's other associations, but we're the largest and longest standing.
Yeah.
I feel that's kind of like the bad nights when you go to sleep, right? I mean, it's not like I lose a ton of sleep, but honestly, it sucks to know that our industry has taken such a black eye. But you start to look at other industries, and think about how long we've really been around.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
This is just part of the evolution, and we're going to take our black eyes, and we're going to end up self-policing better, I think.
Do you think so?
I don't want to get into the whole
you're thinking about
standards process.
Oh, no, but I think
and these are discussions we're having.
For sure, yeah. I just wonder about that. I mean, you see it like, so for example, a lot of the e-commerce tools will have a certification. So, like BigCommerce has a certification, Magento has a certification, there's AdWords certification, there's analytics certification. And so, why not take a test that, says you've been certified through SEMPO or something? And whatever. I mean,
well, it's funny that you say that. I mean, I'm not trying to shill for SEMPO that I'm chairman of.
We'll do it for you.
right.
But
somebody should do this.
This is something that's come up over the years. At one point, SEMPO, we're getting pretty close, and we identified a consultant that could have helped us, and it's going to be a fairly considerable cost, and we're trying to save money and so forth. So, bottom line is that there's still a need for even, I'll bring up the Bruce Clay Code of Ethics, right? That's kind of an opportunity to show something that's out there that somebody could pledge to, and at least say that they're going to try to stand by this particular code.
Yeah. So
that could be something that we'd maybe be able to move towards first, and then eventually, we get approached by the government on job classification issues and stuff like that. So, and also we were able to participate in the discussion last year around PIPA, for example, directly with some senators and so forth. So we do have a little bit of opportunity to, I think, to further ourselves as an industry and as SEMPO, in providing some sort of a unified, either at least a code that people would agree to adhere to, or standards. And like I said, we could go on this about for an hour because there's a lot of different routes you could take there and what really are standards versus guidelines and all the semantics that's involved in a conversation like that.
Yeah. So you're speaking here at Pubcon.
That's correct.
What are you speaking about?
I'm gonna have to pull up my cheat sheet here.
That's okay,
right.
It's all right. We can
tomorrow
always edit
morning-
out the cheat sheet portion.
Tomorrow
What
morning,
you got there, man? That thing's
this
big.
is my HTC One.
I like it. You like it?
These are our guys over at the office there.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, some of our
Yeah,
cutouts.
can you
that
show
we have,
that?
some of our cutouts that we have at our office that I like to do work together
Oh,
with.
that's
on a daily basis.
awesome.
But anyway, the other picture is actually my schedule, and
There you go.
it's a good way, Jim Boykin's idea to kind of keep track of what you're doing. But so I'm actually on the interactive site reviews panel, which is a focus and also a focus on
love
organic
those.
tomorrow,
Nice.
and that's going to be a really fun one at 10:15. Where I think I'm together with like Michael Gray and Greg Bozer.
Oh,
and
really?
it's
Oh,
gonna be
Bozer's
like-
here?
Yeah,
Oh,
I think it's
that'll
going
be
to be a
good.
good one. I'm doing the moderation of the Performing an SEO audit, which was Alan Bleiweiss and God, he's going to kill me, but I can't remember the other speaker right now. And so then on Wednesday, I actually switched to speaking on. This is a Pubcon Labs. Have you guys? Are you doing any of the Pubcon Labs?
No, I haven't.
No.
It's kind of like, well, I'm not going to try to compare it to something at another conference.
Right.
Because I actually don't know. I don't think it is. I think it's better, honestly, based on what I've understood. But it's an opportunity to more specifically drill into one topic. And this is one that's near to my heart, which is establishing digital marketing processes.
Oh,
You know,
sweet.
working together,
Very cool.
especially with
Just like
large
kind of what we were
organizations.
talking about.
Yeah.
Exactly, and
yeah.
working with large organizations and stuff. I'm moderating the content strategy panel
Nice.
on Wednesday as well, and then I'm a speaker on a panelist on the global SEO management
Wow,
with Bill
yeah.
Hunt and Ann Kennedy. So
You are all over the
Man, you got
place
some
here.
stuff,
Fun one,
man.
I'm also presenting on Wednesday night at the U.S. Search Awards. I'm presenting. I'm getting texts.
Oh, nice.
I'm presenting a couple of awards, so I'm really excited about that.
Dude, that's
too.
awesome. All
It's
right,
going to
so-
be hard for these people to miss you here.
Yeah, man.
Basically
You're
what
out
you're
there.
saying.
and our brand. It's kind of a little bit guilty, you know. And for the record, Jim did reach out to Brett and said, "Look, it seems like across all our speakers, we've got a lot of ninja representation.
Yeah.
You want to take us off some panels or whatever?" But Brett told Jim, he said, "Hey, every one of the speakers that's
Yeah,
speaking
it's solid.
earned it on their own merit.
Yeah.
and
You
it
guys
has
got
nothing to do with the,
amazing people.
That's great.
So it's
So
exciting.
now that's interesting because I know in history you were at a large agency.
Yeah, it's
and-
been fun. I've
Yeah,
gone
and now
back.
you're like kind of at a smaller agency.
Yeah, a bigger
what's the
fish in a
difference?
smaller pond.
Yeah.
I
So
guess
how
you
does
could
that?
say.
What are some of the differences that these different?
Well,
size
personally, it's really like a much more of a decision maker versus influence thing that I've had in the past. So it's
Okay.
been frustrating in the past, having a lot of influence, but not necessarily being able to make that final decision either on
Yeah.
behalf of the client or even my internal teams.
Okay. So yeah.
But the difference, and I think Todd Friesen said it best years ago, with the big agency and the smaller agency, is that for the smaller agency, you're just struggling to be heard, right? And for the big agency, you might be just struggling to get stuff into place so that it actually gets implemented. So,
Yeah.
a lot of the clientele that we work with are great marketers and passionate small to mid-sized business
Yeah.
owners
Do
that
you
I
like
haven't had a
those
lot.
guys?
I haven't had a lot. There's good and bad.
Sure. Sure.
Sometimes people don't give enough faith in the people that they've hired to consult for them, and they want to spend too much time micromanaging stuff that frankly they should be allowing their input.
Yes.
There's also some misset expectations often,
Right on.
especially with someone that may be so busy that they're doing so many functions in an executive role of their smaller company that they might not even remember, and can't blame them, a couple of weeks later what you might have told them the week before or something. So it's a different set of problems,
Of
right?
issues.
And we have the mid to larger size enterprises, and that's always great. And I think I like it. And honestly, when I heard about the Publicis and Omnicom merger, I had a bit of a moo-ha-ha-ha moment because I think there's a lot of, even the larger organizations out there, there's a lot of the in-house people that are actually really thinking about, the opportunities that may exist with a lesser-known, smaller agency, and giving them a chance, right?
Yeah.
A lot of times in the past, what I've experienced, especially at Rosetta, and I can look back now and at Razorfish, is, people hire Rosetta and Razorfish because it's like it's like a safe bet. You know, we're here in Vegas, right?
Yeah.
You know, it's
Yeah.
like, and I still to this day, for most people, they're damn right. And the quality of the people that work in a company like Rosetta and Razorfish, across the board, you're never going to equate that in a smaller. I mean, you are, but it's going to be, harder, right? So, it's been really interesting, over the past 6 months, and having some conversations, especially with some of these larger organizations that are really now thinking, hey, is it, do I really want, some probably Omnicon or some huge holding company, or do I want to give the smaller guys a chance? And I think that you saw that. It wasn't just me that thought that at the Publicis and Omnicon announcement. There was certainly a lot of sentiment out there that, hey, this is great news for the smaller shops out there that are doing search marketing and SEO, because, if you're Pubcon Omnicon, you may be able to, at scale, get a deal on display advertising, for example, and that's great.
Yeah.
If I've got $1 million to spend on display advertising next month, then I'm going to want to go find someone that can get me a deal on that.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
But a lot of companies aren't in that level from a marketing perspective. So I'm very excited about the opportunities they have.
That's cool. It's always exciting in this space, huh?
Yep.
It's always something. All right, Chris Boggs, you're a great advocate for this industry. We're so lucky to have you.
Thank you.
You were tirelessly working for us all, and it's awesome. You're
Thank you.
awesome.
Yeah, and thanks for coming and talking with us
Yeah.
tonight.
Dude, it's always great.
All
We'll
right,
get to see
buddy.
each other
I'm
now.
going to
for
go
sure.
gather the group.
Yeah.
Have some dinner.
Awesome.
Yeah,
You go
man.
do that.
Yeah, I got it.
We're supposed to wrap
We
this
gotta
up
wrap
here,
this
so
All right, cool.
enjoy.
Hey,
tell
send me the link and stuff.
Oh, we
I'd
will,
love to
man.
see,
We'll cut it up, and
yes.
you're a natural, man. It looks
Got
good.
it. Just no fall off.
Yeah, I know. I
And
saw
that will be
I saw
good video, though. That will be good. You can do it if you want. Oh, good.